Hello, what's up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. How was y'all weekend? How was the weekend? Yesterday was very refreshing for me. I'm going to tell you about it in a second, okay? But it's your girl Sharita, the Behavior and Literacy Strategist, coming at you from the Morgan Unlimited Growth Institute, where you can find solutions for both your child's behavior and literacy challenges, y'all. Yes, that's right. We are combining behavior growth and academic growth here at the Morgan Unlimited Growth Institute, because I learned a long time ago in my experience as a mental health specialist and then a special education teacher that there was a direct link between kids struggling to read, write, spell, function independently in the classroom, and negative acting out or distracting behavior. So I combined both so we could take care of both problems at the same time, honey, and we are doing great. We're doing great. We have students all over the country, okay? And we just have enrolled our first high school student, and he's doing great as well. Great reports from moms, okay? And this year, since the summertime, I've been talking to my students about being on the honor roll, achieving the honor roll, okay? And one of my students in particular, the goal was for him to not need an aide, a paraprofessional, as he was going into middle school. And he is getting great grades. His grades are improving. He has much better self-control. He's functioning independently. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for him and his mom, his brother also. Same results. We just have a lot of good things going on in our program. And like I said, we're all over the country. We're in New Jersey, we're in Las Vegas, we're in we had a student that just left, but was in Washington D.C., Illinois, New York. Okay, probably forgetting some, but we have students from the South as well, all over the country. We're going to be welcoming our first student in Jamaica in the middle of the month. Okay. And we have moms who are now enrolling their second child into the program. So we are rocking and roll. We're a family here. Miss Rita has high expectations, okay, on my students. I do not accept excuses, and I expect them to be champions. I call them champions, and we're going to the top. All right? So just want to give you a little bit of background. The topic for today, y'all, please, grown-ups, stop doing this around kids. This is so important. What I'm about to talk to you about is not the same old stuff that people say, right? Like, don't curse around kids, or, you know what I'm saying, don't fight around kids and all this other stuff. I'm not talking about that. This is what I'm going to talk to you about. Have you ever been out with your child and another adult interacts with your child in a way that's opposite of what you've been teaching them? Has that ever happened with you? Okay? For example, my children have always learned that they cannot address an adult by their first name. Okay? They have to say Mr. or Miss. Okay? Or Mrs. So when I'm out and they introduce themselves to my children and they call themselves by their first name, I automatically say to them, Miss, because my daughter, my youngest daughter, she likes to talk, so she'll say hi, whatever your name is, and I automatically say to her, say Miss, Mrs. or Mr. Right? I automatically say that to her, and people have, now she knows. My oldest daughter, they just know, right? But people have done this to me. No, it's okay. She can call me by my first name. No, it's okay. You know, I don't like that. It makes me feel old. No, it's okay. It's not about you, honey. It's not about you. This is about this baby, okay? And I'm teaching her manners. And adults, when you're out there, you have to understand that children are growing up with manners, growing up with what their parents are teaching them. That is a very impressionable stage of their lives where they have to be guided. So when you are around a child and their parent corrects them, and then you try to correct the parent, okay, which never ends well for them, okay, because I don't play that, right? Then you are confusing that child, okay? I see. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning, sis. I just dropped the kids off at school, came in here and wanted to talk to y'all about this very important topic, okay? And it's about how adults, grown-ups, act different than what the child, right? Your child may be learning from you. They're sending them a different message, okay? And I've seen this with my own children, and I'm seeing a lot of this going on even with my students. That's why it's so important in my program. I got mom's back. And I always tell my students, whatever your mom is teaching you, that's what you follow, okay? Another example, and this happened yesterday, so that's why I really wanted to talk to y'all about this. And this has happened before. You ever had to check another adult, you know what I'm saying, behind your kids? So Kimberly, we're in the supermarket, and they're giving away free samples, right? So the first table has teas, and we go over there, you know, and me and my girls, we drink tea. So we go over there, we talk to the lady with those tea samples. And then, you know, we said we're going to come back and buy a box. She was making us some tea. We're going to come back and buy a box. I bought 2 boxes. We really love tea in this house. All right? Understand that I'm the adult. I make the decisions when interacting with you. And whatever you're selling and everything, this is between you and I. Okay? If I choose to include my children, that's different. But first and foremost, what I say is that's how it's going. Okay? So we walking. And we walked past another table, and the lady is selling baked goods. And she asked me if I would like to buy some. And I said, no, thank you. You know what I mean? I said, no, thank you. And plus, I had already bought some. One is enough. I'm making a mom decision, okay? This lady, when I said no, looked at my oldest daughter and said, how about you, sweetie? Would you like some And I looked at her, I turned around, looked at her, and she was like, I said, that's my child, so a no for me means a no for her. And she said, oh no, you're right, I'm sorry. And I said, I was just teaching her this, okay? And then she said she apologized, and then we kept going. And this was an important teaching moment for my daughter, my youngest daughter, because I was just teaching her, if we're out and we were in the meat market, and this lady that works there, she's a very nice lady, and she was so taken by Maya, right? And then she offered Maya some chocolate cake that was left over from Halloween, right? So I taught Maya, if an adult offers her some candy, then turn around and ask mommy, is it okay first before you take it? That is so important. I'm teaching her how to be safe. And when we are doing this, us moms, right? And then another adult comes in and they talk directly to a child and does something different, right? Then that child is not going to be guided properly. They're going to be confused. They're always going to think that there's another option to what mommy is saying. And this is a huge problem. Adults, grown-ups, I wish y'all would just always act like grown-ups around kids and understand that that child comes from a family. That child is being raised a certain way. That child has rules. It's not about what you think that the mom should or should not let the child do in a moment. It's not about what you think a parent should be, right? Because everybody have part-time opinions about parenting. The number one important thing that you can do for that child is to teach that child to always listen to their mother, okay? And I'm going to say that again. The number one flex, okay, that we need to do right up in here is to make sure that children always listen to their mothers. You know why? Because the mother is the foundation. That's where the child is safest. Now, I know that, you know, there are different situations, right? Some children aren't safe with their parents, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, and then we like to get extreme when we think about this. Well, in some cases, the kids are being abused. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a stranger offering a child some candy, and instead of asking the mom first, or can I give her some candy? You know what I mean? Or offer a child some money. I've had to check people about that too. Oh, let me give you $1. No, you talk to me first, okay? Or offer some child some cookies or something when a mom just said no. That's absolutely not okay. And I remember, maybe 2 years ago, I was walking in the mall. You know how they always trying to get you to try some of their products. And one would say, would you like some candy for the girl? And I said, no thanks. You know what I mean? And she said, how about you, honey? Would you like? No, you don't do that. Mom said no. Okay? Mom said no. And you know what else is important? Hello, Dominique. Welcome. Kimberly, Dominique in the house. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. And y'all feel free to let me know, like, what y'all think about this topic. Because y'all, you know, moms out here too. Dominique, I know you're a mom as well out here too with your kids. If somebody offered you some cookies and you said no, and then they offered it to your child, right? How would you feel about that? Is that okay? Is that okay? There's a lot of mixed messages that we give our kids, and the most important, like I said, the most important flex is to make sure that the kids know to listen to your mom. Because if they can always find an adult that'll go against what their mom is saying, then they could be fighting their mom at home over little stuff. And we can't have that. That's not safe for our babies. And you know what else? It doesn't allow them to grow. It does not allow them to grow because they're confused and they're thinking every other thing. Okay? Give you another example. And I was just talking about this on the live, and this is what I've been talking to my students about. High five to you, Dominique. Hope you're having a great morning. Back from the weekend. I was just talking about this recently because one of my students, her mom wanted her to get 100 on the test, and she was upset with her mom because she was like, the teacher said 85 is good, right? The teacher said 85 is good, right? Tell me what you mean, Dominique, by sort of. Yeah, so she's like, my teacher said it was good, okay? And I told her, yes, the teacher was happy with her 85 because the rest of the kids in the class failed. But the mom wanted 100. So whatever the mom's standard is, that's what the child should be going for. That's what you should be going for. And in our program, we love hundreds. We focus on that all the time, right? And the same student, I was all sort of having a good day, Dominique. I hope your day gets better. It's in the morning, right? So I hope as the day goes on, it gets better and brighter, all right? I hope you do your self-care because you know how we got to do it. You know how we moms got to do it, right? So she was showing me, and my student, she shows me her grades or sometimes things that she does in school, something she handed in, she'll share the screen and show it to me. And I've been working with her on her writing, and she knows how to write better than what she presented. But she wasn't graded on her writing. So any spelling errors or punctuation errors, you know, that wasn't the point. It was just answer the question, give me 2 paragraphs and answer the question. And she got 100%. So when she showed me that, and I was talking to her about it, like, yo, we working on this. You know what I mean? You've gotten better at this, right? And she was like, well, the teacher said it was fine. Lower expectations. If a child can always find another, and I'm not faulting the teacher because that's how the teacher, the way she runs things in her classroom and her expectations and the things that she focuses on, that's you make sure you hit that, okay? But what mom wants for you and what your coach wants from you, you know this, okay? You know better, all right? So for you to feel like your mom, to go after what your mom is talking about, you don't need to because the teacher said it's okay. That's not okay. We have to really teach our kids that whatever their parents say, whatever their parents expect from them, they follow. Because the woman who offered my child some cookies after I said no, okay, she's in my daughter's life for 5 seconds. Y'all understand this? Hey, Tanaya! That's my girl. Tell her I said hi. Give her a high five for me. That's my girl. Right? So they're in your child's life for a few seconds. So moms, I'm talking to other grown-ups to raise this awareness so y'all could be aware of how you interact with a child, and make sure that whatever that child's mom expects from them or wants from them, or if their mom says no, that you encourage that. You co-sign that. You back the mom up. You say, well, what your mom say? And that's been my phrase for years. I remember I used to work with this company, and when I was in, we were having a birthday, okay? And one of the couples there, they were Jehovah's Witnesses, and everybody knew them, and they knew they had two beautiful girls, right? And it was a birthday party. It was birthday cake there, okay? And the little girl asked Dad, "Can I have some cake?" And he looked at her like, like you bugging right now, like you know better. You know what I'm saying? And then he said no. But he was upset with her that she asked in the first place. And then she said, "Why?" Trying to get a cosigner, trying to get another adult to look and say, "Oh, she want cake. Oh, she missing out on cake because they Jehovah's Witnesses, but then she have to not be able to have cake." None of that matters. So I sat right there and I was like, "Oh, you know what your father said." And that's what we need to do. Because, no, that's not my religion. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was eating cake. My daughters eat cake. But that's not the point. It doesn't matter what I do or what my family does or if we have the same religion or not. In that moment, it was a child not listening to her father and not following their house rules. And that's unacceptable. So you're not going to get no sympathy from me, little girl. Because first and foremost, you have to listen to your parents. And that's how you can be safest. Okay? So this is something we really have to pay attention to. In the schools, the expectations in the schools may be lower than what you have for your child. And you might want your child to be reading at or above grade level. And you might be hearing when you go to meetings or when you talk to the teachers that they're doing okay. They're doing okay. But you're at home and you see that your child has a lot of spelling errors, or they forget to put periods at the end of the sentence, or they can't read a story on their level by themselves. But you're hearing, yeah, they're doing good. They're good. And, if you want better, then that's the standard. That's your expectation. Okay? And if your child is hearing in the school that they're doing good, and maybe the teacher not getting on them about their punctuation or learning how to do this properly like you are, right? You can have a conversation with the teacher. And I don't mean fight the teacher, because, no, we want to support our teachers. But what I mean is just tell the teacher what you've been working on at home with your child. And that you were working on them improving their writing, okay? And having higher expectations for them. So, and let the teacher know. So if they get some writing, turn some writing in, and they didn't put the periods in place, I just want to let you know that's what I'm working on at home, that they have to put the periods in place. Okay? Have a conversation with your teacher, your child's teacher, so that y'all on the same page, so she know what your goals are for your child. And make it unacceptable for your child to, like the student I was telling you, perform at a higher level here, but then you go to school because the other kids around you are not really doing too well, think it's okay to take a nap. It's not okay. It's not okay. And then if your child goes to middle school and high school and they still are not writing correctly, okay, and now they have to write essays, and now they're applying for college and they still never conquered their writing issues, right? So that's what I mean by people are in your child's life for a small amount of time. You are there for life, honey. So your child must listen to you. And other adults out there, I want you to reinforce this and make sure that children understand that they have to listen to their mother's rules in the house. Because children will complain about their moms. That's not okay. About their moms telling them to do something, right? Or telling them to do chores. So that's another lie, right? That's another topic we need to talk about, because I need to really talk about that chores thing right there, that chores topic. So children complain and act like life is so unfair, but understand that whatever they learn at home and whatever they have to do at home, that's a chance for them to have a self-party. And that's self-discipline, self-control, self-accountability, self-awareness, and self-motivation. So high standards, right? And make sure that if you're around a child and a parent want them to accomplish something, that you back the parent up. Because the more adults that a child hears on the same page, that means the more adults have high expectations for that child, which means that more adults believe in that child. And that's what it all boils down to. Okay? All right? So I just want to let y'all know, whatever moms say out in the street, don't talk to the child saying something exactly opposite than what the mom just said. That will get you in big trouble with me if it's my child. Just let you know. It will, okay? Because I don't play that mess. And sometimes it happens, okay? All right? So I just want to pop in here and talk to y'all real quick to let y'all know what's going on. See, I got my hat on. I decided to wear a hat in the morning so that, at night when I do my hair and I put the Bantu knots in to keep it moisturized. Man, and after this hat on, so I could just go to school and drop Maya off and then come in the house, and then as I'm getting ready for my day, take my time and do my hair. I sat down on that shoe organizer and directed Maya to pack her own snack, put on her own sneakers, zip up her own coat, you know what I mean? Get her book bag, walk out the door, my husband out in the car waiting for us, we walk outside. Y'all know I walked outside without this hat on. I was like, ran back in the house, like, oh snap, I forgot to put my hat on. That's what happens when you be a mom and you making sure you take care of the child. It's easy to forget to take care of yourself. You should have seen how cute Maya was. And I walked out there, and it's not even a cute Bantu knot style either, y'all. It's just some stuff thrown in there all lopsided. I walked right outside like that. I had to run back in the house. So I always got to remind you at the end, moms, to take care of yourselves. Make sure you see yourselves. Make sure you are going after what you want in life, and make sure you feel good. Because if you're good, your baby's good. And don't let anybody say anything opposite. Raise your children differently than what you want for your child. All right? All right? Say hi to it tonight again. See y'all soon. Let me know if you need anything. Just a text away, Dominique, okay? Thank you, Kimberly, for joining and watching and hanging with us today. Hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. It's nice outside, okay? Thanksgiving is coming up. My favorite time of the year. Okay, already starting that shopping. Check out my video that I just did on how to combine language arts in Thanksgiving. So your children can be a part of Thanksgiving and helping out, but also improving their reading and their spelling at the same time. You know how we do it here. You know how we do it. You're welcome, Dominique. So for more information on my tutoring and coaching program, it's called Unlimited Growth, y'all. Because growth is unlimited, and that's what we focus on. We want to see growth continuously until we hit those goals and above, because that's how we roll, okay? Go to Growth Institute, that's GROWTH, institute.mykajabi.com, or send me a direct message. I'm about to head out of here, y'all, and start my day. Believe in yourselves, believe in your child, honey, and always remember that growth is unlimited. Peace.